love these kind of customers. So just walking up to the door, want to give you a little background. So I was in the car. I love the fact that the backyard's south facing, and then the side is east. So we're gonna be putting the panels on the side and the back of the house. The customers love that. I saw in the notes there's some concerns about aesthetics, not being able to afford it. Looks like the customer wants to move in 5 to 7 years. I love seeing that in the notes because I can already know when I need to overcome those objections and how I want to frame it when I sit down. And then single homeowner, so just one decision maker. I always like that. We don't have to make two people happy here, just one. He's got a Prius in the driveway, which tells me this guy loves the environment. Big reason he's going to be going solar is because of the environment. So again, the power of notes is so darn strong. Here, wish me luck. Knock, knock.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Doing good.
Good. David?
Yeah, that's me.
Awesome. So take my shoes off?
That'd be great, yeah.
Okay, great. Wow, beautiful home.
Yeah, thanks. Been here for a while.
How long you been here?
10 years.
Perfect. So we always tell a customer, ideally if they can be there at least 12 months, and we're able to size that system perfect. So I did notice that when I looked at your prop that you had been here more than a year. So we're really able to dial in your system.
Yeah, I've loved it here. Yeah, it's been a great place. I don't know if it's my forever home, but I like it.
Awesome. So if you don't mind, we're just gonna sit right here at the corner of the table.
Okay.
And basically, before I open up my computer, I want to get to know you. So some customers have been pitched solar before. They've done a bunch of research. Others need solar 101. They really need to understand how it works. There's tons of solar myths. So my job is to answer all your questions. The numbers is the easy part. So Texas has the #1 sun hours right now consistently in the country. So 5 kilowatts, 5 kW in New Jersey can produce roughly 4,000 to 5,000 kWh. Here it can produce, call it 7,000 to 8,000. So you're seeing 40 to 60% more power produced with the same amount of panels. It makes the numbers look game changing. The downside is 68% of our customers don't qualify. So it's super exclusive. The government basically is allowing you to benefit from this because they need this low cost power back to the grid. I'm sure you've seen on TV, nuclear power plants can't be built with the new administration. They're going green with the 40-year storm 2 weeks ago. They're going to be putting billions into the grid. That cost is going to be burdened by you, the ratepayer. So our business has literally doubled in the last, call it, month because people are trying to go solar. So any questions or concerns? I'm going to show you a presentation here in a few minutes. The good news is you got the boss here. So I'm actually the director of the East Coast. I've been an energy executive for 20 years. So I've done solar all over the country. And ultimately, I'm passionate about helping customers and saving the environment. So the good news is you got the boss here. There's not many questions I can't answer. I have access to an interest rate and pricing that most reps don't. So again, I think you're gonna see the number is the easy thing. It's ultimately just getting you to appreciate the process and ultimately making you realize that this isn't too good to be true. And it is a game-changing opportunity if we can get the home to qualify.
Well, I can see why there'd be, a lot of sun hours. It's hot here in Texas. It must be part of the Southern hospitality for us. But, for me, you brought up concerns and, I agreed to have you come in here, but I'm not even actually sure how interested I am. One of the big holdups for me all along, I have a Prius, so I obviously like energy efficient things. So I like the idea of going solar, but I don't really love the aesthetics of it.
No,
I really don't like how it looks on homes.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. It's one of the biggest concerns and questions all my homeowners have. If you remember 6, 7, 8 years ago when solar really started coming out. We saw it on light poles. It was big, bulky. It had grid lines. Then it was on the rooftop, big and bulky, conduit everywhere. Just not good looking. I wouldn't have put that solar on my house. The fact now that your sun hours are on the back of your house, I think 12% of our customers can offset all their power on the back and the side of their house. So aesthetically, when you're looking at your house, you're not going to even know that you have panels. More importantly, once I show you pictures of our panels, they're super sleek. There is no conduit on the roof. There is no grid lines. It looks super sharp. I'm obviously biased because I'm in the business, but aesthetics, by the end of this presentation, will not be a concern of yours. Okay. Anything else that, before I show you some pictures, if I ask you a personal question during this presentation, don't get offended. I'm trying to understand you, your usage needs. The government, okay, is involved here, and when they're giving away free money, it's not easy, so paperwork has to be perfect, okay? In order to qualify, you have to be on home title. They're gonna check that. You have to have up to code roof and electrical. So actually the goal today is we get a couple docs on file. It doesn't obligate me or you. It just allows you to get a free survey to see if you're even solar worthy. You obviously have enough sun hours on your rooftop. That's why we knocked your door and you're on our list. Lastly, you need a credit score of roughly 650 or better. So most homeowners have that. But again, the reason these interest rates are so low and you can put no money down is, again, it's a pretty exclusive program. So roughly 68% of our folks are not qualifying. If you do, it's a no-brainer. But that's my job here today, is just to answer all those questions. So any other concerns or questions?
Knowing this meeting was coming, another one that's been on my mind, it is sunny here in Texas, but when it storms, it storms. I mean, we'll get golf ball size hail, and I'm thinking of these glass panels on my roof and the damage that I've seen that hail do to cars and different things here in Texas. We just had this 100-year storm. What is that gonna do? I'm just afraid I'm gonna go invest into the solar, and then it's gonna be a waste of money because it's just gonna get ruined by one of these storms.
Yeah, so we're throughout the country. Probably our number one question we get asked in Texas is hail. So the panel we have access to, which is Silfab, I'm gonna show you pictures, explain the warranties. It can withhandle 61 mile an hour hail and softball size hail. So it's safe to say these panels are not gonna be damaged. If they are, they're obviously have warranties, and under homeowners, they're immediately gonna be replaced, no cost to you. But the fact is, these are so durable. Silfab won the 2020 Production Award for Best Panel for aesthetics, for production, and for durability. The fact that we have access to them, the fact that they're American made, it's a game changer.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
One other concern that's been on my mind is just with me not being sure that I'm staying in this home long term. It's been a great house for us, but I feel like my family's outgrowing it. Within the next 5 to 7 years, I really think there's a chance I'll be moving. So it seems like a long-term commitment to me with solar.
Sure.
That makes me a little uneasy.
Yeah, no, I can appreciate that. If the tax credit wasn't there, I would look you in the eye and tell you solar is for someone that's going to be in a house 7 years or longer, okay? The fact that this solar loan is assumable and transferable, and the fact that you're getting a 26% tax credit, as of right now, our statistics show that our number one customer is someone living in the home for 20 years or moving in 2, okay? Who's buying your home? Millennials. They want to save the environment and they want to save money, okay? So 7 years from now, if that millennial can buy your home and have a locked-in energy cost that you locked in 7 years ago, which by then, if you're on electric, your bill would be 50% higher, okay? They can assume a balance, okay, that 50 or 60 or 70% of it's been paid down because you applied the tax credit, and they can get a $40,000 or $50,000 system, assume only $15,000, understanding as soon as that's paid off, they're never gonna have an electric bill again. That's game changing. Then the fact that you are on Encore, who has access to Green Mountain, which is the #1 solar program in Texas, which allows you to roll over your credits month to month, which actually will write you a check at the end of the year if you produce more than you use. The fact that you're on the side and the back of your house, so aesthetically appeasing with the best products, with the best sun hours, is a game changer. The statistics show, I'm not a salesperson, I don't do sales pitches, I'm too old to do them, okay? So the stats show on Zillow, Department of Energy in Texas, your home's gonna sell substantially faster and substantially for more. It's gonna transfer just like a utility bill. You're gonna walk away clean and get solar on your next house.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I guess the final question that I would have for you, Greg, before you jump into your presentation, I don't want to waste your time. I'm just worried about ultimately being able to afford it. For me, I own a sales company, so I understand what you're doing here today. And when you own your own business, it's feast or famine. Sometimes you have really good time and sometimes things are tight. And that makes me really nervous, is just ultimately being able to afford it.
So 10 years ago, 7 years ago, when you had to put 30% down and the interest rate was 10%, I would have told you there's a good chance you might not be able to afford it. Like a lot of Americans, if you notice, we're at 3% right now in America with solar, but for years, no one was going solar because no one could afford it, okay? The fact now that you can put no money down, get an interest rate as low as 1.99 fixed and transfer this, okay? Put tax-free, equity to your home because it's property tax exemption. Add to your net worth using money that you're already spending, so it's no additional money out of pocket. It's a game changer. Hence why most customers say, what's the catch? This sounds too good to be true. It's absolutely not, because 68% don't qualify.
Makes sense.
Before I open up the computer, I'd just like to understand, is there any other people in the house?
Yeah, I've got a few kids. Yep.
Awesome. How old?
My oldest is 15.
Okay, so I have a 13-year-old. He plays Fortnite every day and every night. So the teenagers can be big energy users.
Yeah, my oldest daughter is nonstop on her phone.
Yeah, so I noticed that when I looked at your proposal, it had 23 panels. To give you a little background, that's our #1 system that we sell in Texas. I call it the Michael Jordan. #2 is 21 panels. I call that the Deion Sanders. But basically 23 panels is, gonna feed a family of 3 or 4. So my guess was you had a couple kids potentially in the house. Any plans on moving in your brother or family or your parents or anyone in the future?
I guess something like that could always happen, but no immediate plans for something
And then
like
any
that.
plans to put that beautiful in-ground pool in the backyard soon?
I wish, but that'd probably be the next house.
Yeah,
So
okay.
not on this one.
I love that. So the cool thing is about this process is the government allows you to add panels in the future if you can prove additional usage, okay? So I size these systems like it's my grandmother's house. We're going to give you basically what you need. The cool thing about Texas is, and on Green Mountain, is they allow you to produce up to 130%. So if you want that overage at the end of the year, or if you want a couple extra panels before the tax credit runs out, you can put them on your house. And at the end of the year, again, you're gonna get that money. So anything you spent, you're gonna get right back. Once the system's paid off, you have that overage for life, okay? So ultimately, we'll get into that when we look in your design, but I always like to really get into the nitty and the gritty, if you will, in regards to your usage. So we size this perfect.
Oh, that's important to me.
Yeah. Are you cooking soup?
Yeah, yeah, we are. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. So I actually, I feel bad asking, but I haven't eaten all day. Do you mind if I get a bowl?
Sure, yeah, we made plenty, so.
No,
yeah,
I appreciate
yeah.
that. So what I'm doing here with the customer is, you're not a pest when you're a guest, okay? So asking for some food. Customers and people like to serve other people. It creates comfort. It creates friendship and trust. Before you know it, you're sitting around the table, eating together, talking about life.